Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. I didn't do a video yesterday. I'm sorry, guys. I tossed and turned. I couldn't think of an idea. I was like, I really yesterday, I was feeling very uncreative. So I just fussy cut it. I'm even fussy cutting right now. The night before, well, a couple of nights ago, something I seen and poof, this idea came to my head. And before I knew it, I was up to almost 4 in the morning. And part of it is what you're seeing right here on this. I put a piece of paper down so it would show up a little bit more. And I'm still fussy cutting it. This is one we're going to work on today. I need my glasses because I'm not sure. It's very light beige, so with the white background, sometimes I can't see it. So sometimes this is what I do for hours. I just sit and fussy cut. Now, I had a lot of orders to fussy cut for fussy cuts and things like that. So I worked on orders, and that was probably why because I wanted to get out a lot out in the mail. So I really worked on that because I go away, and next Thursday I leave on a train. And so I wanted to get but I wanted to make one or two more small things that if you buy it this week, I'll have it mailed out on Tuesday before I go. And these are, I'm calling these a collage fussy cut bundle. This is not your normal fussy cuts. They're really for collaging, and people are like, oh, I don't do large collages. I need to get back into it. My artistic side loves to collage, but I get so busy doing everything else that I think I'm going to set a day for a couple of hours where I do some collaging. I enjoy it. And now that I've found this idea, because I don't have a lot of magazines. Magazines here are very expensive. I don't see them a lot. I have it's so bad that my collage books are so far back in my bookshelf that they're almost impossible to get to. That's how bad it is. This is a weird one. Someone gave me this. This is years ago I started this one. And it has all kinds of different styles in it. But someone found this for $1, and it was a calendar with these big pages. So this has got a lot of different things. This is a picture from my aunt's backyard I took, and I just loved it. This was probably my first collage I ever created. So I was new, but I still kept it. And then this is some I did over the years. Some are more, it's very different, my color, depending on what I'm doing. This was for, you had to do an art one. So you had to find pictures for art, right? So this was one I did long time ago. This was a magazine that Farmer Pre or Shoppers Drug Mart, depending on where you're in Canada. And it was a Mother's Day magazine, and they had all these flowers. So I fussy cut them out. And these are, I put quotes on it for things that kind of touched me. This one here is, you don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, trust, let go, and see what happens. And I'm bad because I always, okay, and I get myself overworked. This one is shout, scream, and cry, but whatever you do, never give up. When life gives you 100 reasons to cry, show life that you have thousands reasons to smile. That's my handwriting. I just printed it. Well, it's not my everyday. I kind of did a little fancy. This, the background is me. I penciled it all in. And then I printed this and I colored this. And I still have a little bit more coloring to go. And this is just a pencil. See, I tell you, it's all kinds of different artsy things. It's a collage book. It's drawing. And this one, I didn't like it. I tore it apart, so I got to go back. This one was supposed to be on pineapples or tropical. It was a collage. And this one didn't turn out, and I had torn, so I've got to cover that page eventually. And you'll see that I just put construction to cover. This was, this one I did. I like, so I do different types. And this is not my only type of collage. I have other books too. And some of these I've just put, again, that was just some black and white pictures, and I put them in and covered them. And these are waiting to be done. And this is waiting to be colored. Or I might color it some more and then collage on it and use it as a background. This is a Margaret Miller collage that I did. And it was something magical, time, translucent paper, vellum or tissue paper, furniture, something triangular, and a bonus was a place. So I did a few of those. This one was leopard. Well, I did these long time ago before I had leopard. I love leopard. So I had done this collage for that. And red lipstick has always been my favorite and very 50s vintagey look. So I did that one. On a bad day, there is lipstick. I am somebody who loves lipstick. I'll just put some foundation on, flick some mascara on, and always have a bright lipstick on. I love lipstick. Curvy hips and red lips. Beauty to me is about being comfortable in your own skin. That or kick-ass red lipstick. So it's just a couple quotes. Again, this was a nature collage I did. There's a bit of fussy cutting in there. There's some of my own printing, fussy cutting, and then some book pages. So, I do different types. This was a sunflower one. This is just a picture I printed and I colored it. And as you can see, and I still have to cover that page. And then I used to do, a little while I got into these, and I want to sell them off because they're not my thing anymore. And I have a lot of these, and I think some of them I haven't even used. But these are a swap I did with them, so I put the swap in here so I wouldn't forget. And I even put part of the envelope in it from who it was. And I put just what it was and the date. This was 2019. So it tells you how long ago it was. This one was a paper doll swap, and I don't know what happened to the paper doll. Maybe I didn't get it on there yet. But then where's the paper doll? This was just a collage I did. Again, different aspects, cardboard, an image, And see, I've had lots more spaces to go in this book to fill it up. So this was just an old book. And so this is some things back here that I thought of eventually be put in here. So sometimes if I see something that I want to go into a collage, I put it back in the back. So, that's the one type of collage. And a lot of people, some people aren't into that. I won't be able to put that back right now. Some people aren't into big collaging. They're not into collaging at all. As junk journalers, we do collage quite a bit. We don't think we do, but we do. And I love it. And I think that's one of the reasons I got into junk journals, because I could take that love for collaging. I've always had it long before as you can see, 2019, I didn't even know about junk journal in 2019. So, that's a long time ago. It can't be 2019. That's too long ago. Because we're in 2024. I think I wrote that date down wrong. It can't be 2019. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, 2019, 20. Yeah, just before I got started. Just before I got started in junk journaling. It was probably how I found junk journaling. That, and I was doing loaded pocket swaps, and I think that's how I found out about junk journaling. So reason I'm kind of doing a little bit of cutting for a moment and just chit-chatting about collaging. I'm doing up packages, And this is one package I'm putting together. I love this. It's very pink. To me, it's very shabby romantic. That's the idea I was thinking of when I was trying to find what I wanted to put in this one. I don't sell the pages as is. I fussy cut them out. That's my thing. So you would buy this bundle already all fussy cut out for you and ready to use in your projects, which is wonderful, and it saves you a lot of time. Some people don't like to fussy cut. Some people, it hurts their hands. My hands are actually a little sore from fussy cutting because I have been doing 3 days of fussy cutting. 1, catching my fussy cutting up for mine. 2, I had a special in my store, an envelope full of fussy cuts, because I had so much laying around, and I still do. And I'm trying to reorganize. So part of reorganizing is I want it to kind of have less to have to sort through. And I still have 2 things here. I still have so much more to do. Now, you'll see me putting it on the paper. That doesn't tell you how I'm putting it. I want to kind of do, you could do this. Some people do that type of collaging in their junk journal, a full page. I haven't done it, and I really love it. And I was watching somebody the other day do it. And I was like, I'm going to have to do a couple pages like that in my upcoming journal, because it looks really nice just to have a page of collage in the midst of the junk journaling. I find collaging a real good form of art. A couple of ladies in my group at Junk Journal Craft and Chat, Sylvia, I forget the other lady. I think Patricia is trying it, and I think Yaffa, but they're using something I didn't buy because I just found the little booklet too expensive for me right now. Well, I wanted to spend my money in other ways. Let's just put it that way. Other than that, and they do it's a daily collage, and it's actually a little mini calendar page, and you put that in your collage, and it's amazing. I didn't start it this year. I might do it next year. I was trying not to add any more to my plate right now, and stick with, because even right now I'm still trying to figure out how to balance my YouTube, my store, and running the Junk Journal Craft and Chat group, and in the other groups I'm in. So I'm still trying to balance all that, and I'm not always that great at it. Junk journaling is very much, sometimes it's very creative. So if you get in a non-creative slump, I know Leslie has been feeling that right now. I wonder if it's just the January, February, kind of blah, for especially up here in Canada where we get a lot of snow and winter is very long. You get that January, February blahs. And I just wonder if that sometimes affects our creativity as well. I'm not going to fussy cut much more in front of you. I just wanted to do a few and chit chat for a few minutes, and then we'll get started in just a second. I should have double checked to make sure this was recording, because this week, for some reason, you think I was at the beginning of recording. I was making so many silly mistakes when I did, and maybe that's why I didn't do a video Wednesday. Tuesday was such a hassle, and it was nothing major. It was just my own, I could not get it to go for me. I spent all day. I did my video 3 times. First time I never completed it because I forgot to record it. And I realized that 25 minutes into it. So then what I had done, which was the start of the pocket, well, I had to make another one because I was showing everybody it. We might cut more of these out. And these are really unique ones, I think. It's very different than other fussy cuts, and I'm in love with these right now. And I'm going to show you right now. Well, I'm going to show you a couple things right now. So I'm going to just stop this for now. I just wanted this one piece because I love it. But I might pull a couple more of these pieces off because this has the flowers on it that I might want to use. So in it, I have bows that I'm putting in it. Those are the bows. They will have buttons that you can use. There's going to be flowers. It all depends on the style I'm doing. I mean, the bundle I'm doing. So this will be one bundle plus what's there. And it has paper, torn paper. Now you don't, obviously you can do this yourself if you want it to. And like cutting it out, like I might just tear a little bit to make that not look so rounded, right? But it'll have some nice cute torn papers in it. I'm going to do one bundle with all kinds of different style torn papers. How come the one didn't print that I really wanted? I missed one in my favorites. There'll be another one in here. So you got like this little very faint postcard. This can be used in clusters. I'm going to now take the paper. Oh, well, as you can see, there's different sizes of these cute little flowers. Like it's really, I really love it. And oh, there's another paper. Some ladies, more flowers, another paper, torn paper. Obviously you can do your own torn paper as well when using this. Oh, there's the other one. Oh, I already showed those. Let me just put them in the pile so I don't lose them. This is like a cluster, but a digital cluster. I just printed this once upon a time. This is where you can pull in your words like love, or you could go very once upon a time, very much like that. So that's some of it. That's one bundle that's going to be put together. And I'm going to show you these couple bundles really quickly. And then I'm going to show you a couple ways you can use it. So in this one, it was a little hard because, so I found different words and I put them, this is actually, I took the paper, downsized it, and then I used a font and put the words on, different words on it. So it's got different types of things that you can use to collage with. You know, a frame that you can collage on top of the frame, a clock, just some torn papers. And now I know I want to put a couple flowers in this one still. Now that I've done it, this was my first one. So when you always with your first one, it's kind of your learning. So there's going to be some flowers in this one as well. Oh, sorry. There are flowers in this one. I just did one side with more of the paper background. And then on this side, sorry, I thought I had, here we go, because I did it a few days ago at 3 in the morning. So these are just wax seals that are printable flowers, part of a clock torn, just different things that you can use to collage with. Different types of torn paper. This one has a couple numbers in it, different flowers. You'll see I use this flower a lot because it's really nice. It's very neutral. So again, this has kind of got a romantic feel to it. It's got a little bit, and even buying these bundles, they don't have to be used together. You could almost put all the paper, if you bought several of the bundles, right? And then in it, I just added some different, I added a little piece of a ticket. This is really cute. And a couple labels. And I'll put it back neater later. Because I like to arrange all my stuff I sell very nicely. So I have to work on that after. And then this one, I did more of a Greek. At first I was trying to go like ancient Rome type thing, and it kind of has a Greek feel to it as well. So, and then I found Greek words and put it here, and none of them are bad words. I made sure what the meaning of them was. So this one has a really nice feel to it. I really like how this one turned out. I even put a flower, more neutral look, more stone looking, more thing, a scroll, a stamp type look, a lot of statues, and then some more words. I'm trying to do this really quickly so we can get into the, and then again, it's got different papers, torn papers, and it's kind of got a, so I try to, you know, kind of coordinate them together. But I mean, the pieces can also interlock. Like this would look beautiful, you know, where she's sitting on it. Or, you know, like I don't, you know, you could interlock them as well. And they're small pieces, so if you want to write something or just need a little piece. So, and another kind of neutral flower. And I love that one. I want it to, I'm thinking of doing some of those, just a bundle of those really neat flowers, because they're very different. They're like almost look real like. So those are coming up for sale probably tomorrow in the store. I haven't priced them yet. I have to count the pieces, and that I haven't really done all that yet. So how we can use this. I'm just going to move those out of the way. In junk journaling, we do a lot of clusters, tags, and journal cards, and you can use it. You could do a full cluster in a page. So I have, like, I've been doing some last week, and I didn't do it this week yet. We did some, and I still have it sitting here because I wanted to do more. We did some mass making of tags, right? Some aren't finished, so they really can't go in this box. Those are ones I have to finish up. And we did also, it's a mass make, but it's called Stack Your Stash. We're doing Stack Your Stash. That'll be the one I do later on today. I'm going to do Stack Your Stash, your envelopes. So those are my journal cards. And even what I've been doing, necessarily, like instead of putting this in a big box, I just cut them up right away. And I'm still putting them in Stack My Stash, because I can pull, say I don't have, I have a paper for, right, you know, for a certain kit I'm using, I can pull that out and use the kit on it. This is one I started a long time ago and never finished, and that was more, these are ones, these are the Stack Your Stash I did last week. And then this was, I did every once in a while when I'm feeling like I did yesterday, I'll just pull out all my tray of all kinds of papers, and I'll just start doing tags, base tags. So I have a lot pre-done. I like having tags, and sometimes, like I know I'm going to be doing blue journal. I have 2 blue journals right now. So I've been you know, I did a few blue in here because I'll use those in that journal. This is a very neutral one, so that's, so let's get on with it. So I almost started yawning. That was pretty good. I almost made it through half of the video without a yawn. So if you have a tag like this, and obviously this one is too big, that's why I was thinking of doing a paper one and making them in various sizes. This one would be perfect on a journal card, right? Maybe a little deeper in the color. Let me see. Probably a nice music paper might look good, right? So on a nice journal card. I'm not going to put this on because it's on Stack My Stash. It's not meant, and I'm not ready to use this. I'm just grabbing a couple paper clips. Where did I put the bag of paper clips? Hi, Boo Boo. Hi, my pretty girl. Hello. She's been being a good girl today. Better knock on wood, not jinx that without meowing. And I just noticed, like, because I was cutting it quickly. So you could, you know, put that there. Right? So that's a start. Let's just say we could. So it really, you could go and you could collage. Even you could overlap 2 of the papers if you wanted to. So like you can play around with them and just lay them out, right? Also, and I was going to grab a base cluster, and I forgot to grab a base cluster. And I'm just seeing if I know where they're off. they are offhand. Let's see what I have in a base cluster. I don't even think I have any fabric ones left, because that would be a nice fabric with some fabric in it too. I meant to grab these guys. I'm sorry. Those are my completed ones. That means I need to do, maybe that's what we need to do later. Here's some. They're not really big ones. They're smaller ones. So some will work, some won't. Ooh, off me. Okay. Oh, my one wheel. There's something underneath it. And I don't want to scratch Andre's floor up. So, you know, you can play around with it on a journal card and do that. Also, if you have a large tag, they'll look great, right? So you can play around, like even, you know, like you can play around with it. Again, you can cut these smaller if you want them smaller type thing. So, you know, you just play around with them. Like this one here, for instance, you could put the nice little envelope on here. And then I needed to make a couple, I'll remember this. You could put one of the wax seals on here. If you have glossy accents, then you could take glossy accents and put it on the bow. The one thing I was trying to do was make, oh, it's in here. I know it is because I cut it. Some smaller flowers that you could, so you can use them to cluster up your page. Great for a cluster. Now this would be better on a, I mean, you don't even have to go any further than just this. And maybe a nice word like love, or, you know, something, a nice word on this, and you're done. And again, some of these, like, if I should have done a smaller, I might do a smaller bows, or you could add the bow in type thing. So you can use them. These bows, you could even just put them by yourselves. I would glossy accent this and do that with it, or you could pull in, you know, you can do different things with it. So they're great for that. These bows can also be put on the top instead of, the only thing I would do for this is, because if I used it on the top of a tag like this, this would look really pretty on the top of this tag. Let me show it. Is I would probably glue that onto something and cut it out. Andre's leaving to get the munchkin. So we could do, let's just see here. I'm just laying it out, guys, because I'm not ready to decorate these tags yet, but I wanted to show you kind of like they're on a tag. And I want to put different sizes in these collages, these bundles, so that, you know, you can do different things with them. If you want it to go, add a brightness to it, you could do that, right? Or even this one would look nice on it, but it's a little too tall. We could throw in a thing of flowers. I thought I printed the roses. See, I thought I had a rose one, a really pretty rose. Maybe I didn't print the other page I had. No, I think I didn't print one of the pages. Let me just peek, guys, real quick. 2 seconds. My mouth is dry. I need to get a glass of water. I've been bad lately with not drinking enough water. Really bad. I thought I put a certain flower on here and I didn't. I have this. Yeah, there is another one missing some reason. Guys, I think I'm losing my mind. I really do. I showed you the yellow, the girl in yellow. Wasn't there a girl in yellow in here? No, there wasn't. Okay, so yes, there is a page. There is another page that goes with this bundle. I knew I was missing something. I knew it. There we go. Quick fix, and I'll show you it. But look how cute that bow is on top. And even if you glossy accent that bow, you could add a pearl into that bow. I don't have... You could add a pink pearl, or if I had a white pearl, I've only got silver and black easy to grab. I don't know why I only have silver and black on my desk. But you could put a cute pearl button on there, the flat ones in the middle of that. You can ink it up if you want. You could even, where's the little, there's the big one. This one's too big. But you could even add the ruffle and then put the bow. I like doing, more of my toppers are things like this now. And then you could put the bow. Right? So then I found the flowers I was wanted. So this is the other page. And I put 2 of these in because, I mean, it's, you know. Let me cut this out, just the one piece, because it's what I think I like for that. I think. I need my fussy cut scissors. Those are great now, but they're great for larger flat surfaces, but when you're doing this small detailed work, this is better. And I'm sorry I'm not gluing them down, guys. It's just I don't have, right now I'm wanting to leave my tags blank for now. But I might have a day where I just collage with using the collages. Now if you want, and I do a lot of custom things, so if you say I want a bundle of just all torn paper, I can do that. Or a bundle of all the flowers and the buttons and the wax seals. I can, depending on what you want to use, a lot of. I have a bundle of the bows coming by themselves. And if I get enough, I might do a bundle of the buttons and the wax seals together. Now, you could use your own, if you have wax seals, you can use them as well. Like you could put the real wax seal in. It doesn't necessarily have to be this paper one for collaging. You can pull in real lace. You can pull in, well, I did that here, right? So if you have a wax seal and you don't want to use a paper one, then put the real thing in it. Because with collaging, sometimes different textures and textiles is really nice. Okay, reason I did that, now this envelope might feel too small for it because I was thinking this bouquet of flowers on it, but it's so faint and it needs to be a little smaller or a bigger envelope, but a bigger envelope won't fit on that. See, because I have this envelope, right? But say on I don't have a pretty pattern journal card, but even say on something like, you know, with some, again, you don't necessarily, a lot of us don't. Let's pull this corner paper in here, right? I'm just going to paper clip it. But even this by itself with a beautiful rose flower or flower on it is just as gorgeous. Like, you don't sometimes have to do a lot to them. Or look, just her on here, because the paper is so beautiful in the background. That, like, that to me is gorgeous. I love this. This is probably end up being a tag for me. Isn't that beautiful? Simple, but yet, you know, and if you didn't want to use that, and you could put in this if you wanted to, you could bring in, this flower might be too big, a smaller flower if you want to, but I think the bow just adds a nice touch to it. Look at that. The simplicity of that, but it's so beautiful. I got a paper clip in my mouth, guys. I'm bad for that. I use it as an extended hand in my mouth sometimes. I just wipe the paper clip off because I got to stop doing that. Okay, so I'm just seeing. Even this would be really pretty. Oh, 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 oh. I wish this one I could find bigger. I love that paper. I'm going to go on a hunt for large heart paper. I love hearts, guys, and I love this paper one. But again, you could very well put 2 if you wanted to, but I don't necessarily like that. And I didn't do this a perfect fussy cutting. I got to fix it a bit. All right, so where's your roses? Right, so you can do something like this. I think lace background on this might be really pretty too. Taking a very soft, I don't have a big piece by me, but let's just say this whole thing was covered in a very soft lace in the back. Then pulling in all your aspects into it. And then you can pull out, if I don't know if I have the right words or anything, the once upon a time could come in there if you wanted it to. Right? Let's see what we have here in Care Always. I need my glasses. Like this one. Cherish every moment. You could bring in your word, sentiment, you know, different things like that you can do with these. I love these. How beautiful. I like that. Right, now you could ink that up very easily, if you really wanted to, you could go in with the postcard. Right, pull in the postcard. Nice lace on it. I think a nice light pink lace might look really pretty on that. Now you could even take and put a small cluster on this, right? Like, you could add a cluster in with it and, you know, build it up in different ways. I'm just showing you different ways you can do with the collaging. All right, so you can play around with it again, see how you want to lay it out. You could put that there. You could pull in, this is when, if you had a really nice flower, you could pull in a nice flower into this, layer up your flower. You could get a real button and put it in the center of that, depending on how bulky you want it to be. All right, and you could still leave the lace background here, or put a like the tulle behind it. So there's different ways you can, and again, if you're not using the bow here, you could pull the bow on here, right? Pull the bow on there. Still add in the flowers if you want it to. See? All kinds of different things you can do. And then if you didn't want a big bouquet of flowers, you could just pull in. But I like the big bouquet, or even this one because it's very nice and bright. Let's check one other, show other. Now this cluster. And then this one, in this case, I don't, where's the little flowers gone? I had a little flower, guys. You know I had a little flower already cut out. Well, if we don't, we'll just cut out. I know I did, but it's probably buried and it's just not popping out to me right now. And just pop in flower in here if you want, or a flower to the top, depending on how you want it. I think it looks better in here in the cluster. So you kind of did a cluster with a cluster. All right, so there's different things you can do. I really like that, actually. I think that looks really pretty. And again, I corner around it. I can soften up the edges, or I use a nice light colored background paper again. Would look really pretty. I like pink even just by itself. I really like that. Also, I have this piece. I'm going to roughly cut it out, guys. I won't do the bow really cute and fine yet. But again, you can use these pieces by themselves. You can layer the pieces and then layer them onto other things. I just wished I had a really large cluster right now. And I think I know which one in my box I have. I think I might have one. I think that's the biggest I have. I had a really nice lunch, but for some reason I feel very hungry. I do not know why. So I probably would want a little bit more lace in this, but you can pull, for instance, it needs more lace, right? So you can pull in one of these frames, and that's sad that I don't have a cluster I can really do this with right now. Because then here again, you can build on this frame. You could put the flower on it, the larger flower on it, in whatever angle you want it. You can take, I don't think this one will look good, no. Where's the little, you know that little pink flower, I keep losing it. For some reason, it just keeps disappearing on me. It does, it really does. Look at that, even a little teapot. A little teapot. I love the teapot. Well, that's because I love tea. But this one is like a definite for me. I really love it with the bow on top. I really, really love it. Now, if I'd stop losing the flowers, I would be in a better shape. You just want, oh yeah, because I put it on here. So you could pull in just a simple flower on here. If you had a smaller image of a lady, could go on here, or she's too big. So if in this one you have this here, which is, it's almost like a book that has been, again, this will look good on a cluster. Let's just take this cluster. Oh, it needs a bigger cluster. So we'll take the cluster off of this one. I really like how this turned out. I really like that idea. Really, really do. Okay. Let's just say we layer this up with some nice lace. We add the nice little book to it. We could put a bow on this. We could put a flower on this. Again, it's too big, but you can do, see that my clusters I have here are a little too small for some of these, and I need to do some pieces smaller. I might make one page of some of these doubled, like I'll make this one doubled but littler type thing. Again, I keep going back to that because I really like this. So for instance, this is a bigger cluster, right? Or if you want a contrasting color, that flower's a little big. You want something softer. I might do this a page and make some of these flowers smaller and add it in a little bonus of that. Right? So you can play around with them. And I have other bows too. So this, I like the idea of framing it, and then you can, again, if you want it to cover the real bow, you could put a different bow on it and go that way. You could bring in a paper flower into the middle of it. I don't think I have anything either too small. Right? So you could add a different bow to it and do that. So you can, like, just because you have that bow doesn't mean you have to keep that bow. You could hide that bow easily like that and have that down. Really like that. All right. Do something like that. Oh, if this was maybe a bit smaller, better check that time. Like, I think, like, I'm going to do it. I can't do it right now because I have to finish. I've got 2 more orders to put together. But some of my order is just printing. So I can fussy cut and print a little bit, not a lot. Or sometimes I just put digitals together because, so you can pull in a flower on that. That flower's a little big, right? But again, even a nice vintage, just an image. If I had just, like, I could cut this and just put it on it, right? Let's just say that's not there, and come in with a tiny flower, right? So you can do different things. That's a little, but I don't think I have a pale pink. I think I want to kind of stick with the paleness, right? And pull in a little flower. So there's so much, even this on a cluster by itself, and then pull in some other aspects. Now this one, because of this, it doesn't work as well, but I have to make some clusters. Guys, I'm low on clusters, and that's unusual for me. So again, if it was just a bit bigger, because I would want lace sticking out, more lace sticking out on the bottom. Let's just put this, it's, I necessarily wouldn't put those two together, but let's just say we made a big cluster, right? Then you can get the idea. Let me put it down so you get a better idea, right? So even with her, if you wanted to, you could bring in a flower. And it doesn't necessarily have to have a big flower like that. Bring in a smaller flower. If you want to add more texture and textile to it. Or just put a small little lace cluster on there. A little tiny, I don't always now put something on my clusters. I started where I just put sometimes you can just pull in little piece of lace into it, or stick the little piece of lace just under it, sticking out on the corner like that, right? So you can add other elements to it. But look how pretty that is, just on by itself on a cluster. I really like that. That's going to become a cluster of mine. I'm going to print this for me. I'm going to actually print this. This one is for me to sell, but I'm going to print this one for me because I'm going to make all of these things I'm showing you. And then, like, for instance, say you've got something like this. You can soften it up, right, with your images. For instance, with this, you could pull in. Did I not have another piece of paper here? Obviously, I would have to that's it I have in paper. Yeah. I think I need to put another corner. And then again, guys, that one's got me stumped. I make these type of envelopes with the top off of it. I have to tear this one better. But again, let's just say on an envelope. So you can use them to embellish envelopes. I should just glue that down, but I wanted to ink it first. So then again, pulling that in there. This is where paper clips come in real handy. Why I want to ink it before I glue it. It's one of the things I was thinking of mass making is different types of envelopes. Not stack your stash with some envelopes. Okay. So pulling in your cluster. You can add more lace to it. Really lace it up. Do I have another piece of scrap somewhere? Even on the behind it, you can do it, right? And then you can pull in different aspects again from this and pull it into the I don't really want another flower. So look at embellishing an envelope. Now, if you don't want to use a cluster, let's just say we throw some lace down on in different ways. Lace doesn't have to be structured, guys. Then you can, this one's hard because it's a little bulky, so you have to be ready for that. All right, so even something as simple as that. Could be as simple as of that. Because what I do with these envelopes is this. So imagine if I'm going to stencil in the background of this, do some of this on the back of it. And then I think I'll take like with some pink here and throw it on there. And then I put that there. And you don't even really need much more with the lace. And if I wanted to, I could just drop a flower in here. But I think on its own right now, it stands out. If I could know where my ladies were right offhand, I wished I just had a lady sitting right here. I wish, but I don't. Let me just check this one. It's got a lot of different stuff on it right now. It's got mainly Christmas. And these tags can go in here in my stash. I need a little, I think a nice little black, sorry if I hit the camera and shook you guys, but I think we're getting close to the time. I hope I gave you some ideas. And like, you don't have to just use this to embellish it. You can pull out your other fussy cuts and things like that. But I don't know if I have a small enough lady. I have this one. So I could add her in here somehow. But I could make my own peeping out of the top type thing. So I would just have to play with the right. I don't have the right lady right now. All of mine are too big. Yeah, all of mine are a little too big. I need to make some little petite ladies. Little petite ladies. I just gave all of my little petite ladies away. That's why. So you can play around, or with this, you ink up around it. You put some glossy accents on that bow. You know, do different things to this. Wish I had a piece of softer pink lace right now handy. Do I have it? A little piece somewhere. Somewhere. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, could even bring that in there if I wanted to. I only have one of those, and I don't even know where I got it from, and I'm kind of hoarding it. Of course I have. Oh, I do, but it's not the right shape, but it still gives us the idea. Needs to be a bigger piece. So you can just play around with your lace. Oh, here comes Pika. She had to grace us with her presence. Right, so great for embellishing envelopes. Again, do I have an empty bag? You can collage on bags with this. Again, I'm just showing you all the stuff. You think that it's only for like collaging is oh, we better check that time, guys, or we're going to shut off. And I'm not going to say bye to you guys. Oh, yes, it's time for me to go, guys. But I might do another envelope, another video this weekend where we just play and I actually make them. Hey, she's knocking things over, guys. So thank you for joining me today. I will have these bundles up in my store tomorrow, and there's going to be variations. If there's a certain color you want to see, comment below and say, Christina, I would love to see one of those bundles done in yellows or blues or 2 different pink ones, or I want just all kinds of different types of these type of flowers, or I want these type of pieces. You tell me, I'll make the bundle for you. But again, see, you can, I keep pulling that one envelope out because it's just so. But even just this by itself, right? And then you could have the flowers peeping out the top, right? So you just play around with it. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. And we will see you maybe later on with another video. All right, bye for now. And you can find these at Purple Hearts Creations by Chrissy on Facebook. I'll have the link below. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, and I appreciate every one of you. Love you all. Bye.